Okay. Did you watch the press conference yesterday?
Some of it.
I watched most of it. It was an hour and a half.
I know.
It was 90 minutes long. Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell and I don't know, the president's lawyers.
The whole entourage.
The whole team was there. And they made a compelling case.
I know. They got to be
They pretty much had me convinced. I'm like, this thing is going to be overturned.
But I feel like I want it to be overturned.
Well,
so,
of course we want it to be overturned.
So I feel like I'm on, obviously I'm on their side, but nothing is happening.
Well, I didn't necessarily buy it because I hadn't seen any of it or really heard the powerful evidence that they claim to have. The things they were saying, the president's legal team yesterday, the whole time I was like, wait, what? The machines were made by Venezuela for the purpose, which, by the way, is denied by every single website when you look it up. Whether it's PolitiFact or whether it's fact-checking from Washington Post or whether it's Snopes or regardless
or the great Facebook fact-checkers.
Yes, and we know how that's a crack team.
Correct.
That doesn't mean they're good. It just means they're on crack.
Yes.
So I mean, I don't know. Everything I looked up is denied. Everything I looked up is supposedly debunked, disproven. But they
haven't. And look, Dominion,
they're making such a strong case. Like
has Dominion even come out and said no? This is
Dominion says it's baloney.
Okay, but they are not filing any lawsuits.
Not that I've seen.
So I mean, I don't know that they want to do that, right? If they file lawsuits, then that opens up the door to check them.
One of the things that they keep saying is that the other thing, Smartmatic, which sounds like a company from Ronco. Roy Popeil.
Ron Popeil.
Yeah, Ron Popeil.
Love Ron Popeil. Don't be messing with my boy.
No, I won't mess with Ron Popeil. He was an incredible inventor.
Thank you.
Where would the world be without the pocket fisherman?
Well, thank you.
I don't know. We'd be completely lost.
Or set it and forget it.
Right. Right. The Floby.
Right.
Wasn't that Ronco?
That damn set it and forget it, just as a side note. I'll never forget.
The Vegematic.
I'll never forget my first wife ordering Set It and Forget It and it arriving. And the first thing when you open the box, it says, Set It and Forget It doesn't really mean Set It and Forget It. What?
Oh. You got to be kidding me. Now, what did it mean to set it and forget it? You set what?
You put your food in. You turn it on.
Oh, that's right.
You set it and you forget it.
Yeah.
Don't walk away from it. It's the first thing it tells you. It doesn't mean it.
Oh, my gosh.
This is incredible.
Okay, so anyway, Smartmatic didn't come from Ron Popeil.
Well,
and
it didn't. That cleared up.
It's not owned by Dominion. But I didn't hear him say that was the case. I didn't hear the legal team claiming that. What they claim is that it's a Dominion machine, which was invented for the purpose of stealing elections, supposedly, in Venezuela for Hugo Chavez. And it's Smartmatic software in the Dominion machine.
And when you read the schematics and the directions, which that Jeff Brown did on Glenn's show, he talked about how some of the things that it does, you wouldn't have it do unless you wanted to have the votes changed.
Yeah, supposedly you can tell them percentages you want for a particular candidate.
I mean, let's prove
you
it.
can add votes, you can subtract votes.
Why would you even have that feature?
Right.
I don't know. And I haven't
wanted to steal an election.
I haven't seen that has been denied. That you can do that with the Dominion machine.
Well, I mean, it's in the notes, right? It tells you that
it's
it can.
just crazy. So, what do people focus on? They focus on the fact that Rudy Giuliani sweated like a pig during the entire conference.
It was like Jeff Fisher out there,
and he had his hair dye.
I know.
Dripping down both sides of his face.
I saw the one picture and I didn't know.
Oh,
I didn't think it was real. The first time I saw it, I thought, that can't be real.
I kept thinking, what's that black stuff coming down the side of it? What is that? Does he have wires
Do we have
coming
the
out?
picture? Because it's awesome. There was one picture.
Sad.
It's
sad.
Like, dude.
Did you really need to color your hair right before the press conference?
I mean,
I guess he did.
Yeah.
And that's the only takeaway.
That's the only thing.
Yes. Yes.
That's what
the
everybody
media is
focused
taking
on.
that away from it. But look how crazy he is, and look how he's got the hair club for men or whatever it's called. The just for men.
Nobody in the
rolling
entire
down.
world buys hair dye except for Rudy Giuliani.
Well,
Yeah,
they
it's frustrating.
do, but then they don't get on national TV, sweat like a pig, and have it dripping down their face. That doesn't normally happen. By the way, Keith is at home because he's got COVID in his family. So,
In my family, thank you. For,
Yeah.
in his family. Yesterday we were saying in his family, and then I guess you found out your wife doesn't care.
Yeah, she don't care.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So everybody.
If we tell y'all that Matilda the dog has COVID, correct. Can I wish somebody a quick happy birthday?
No. What is this? Do you want to also do pig futures and
No, okay.
horoscopes?
All right, fine. Then I'll let it go. I hope somebody got their driver's license
I mean, I was
renewed.
going to ask you how your wife is doing, but HIPAA laws prevent that. So
Hippo laws.
yeah,
Yeah.
doing that.
Is she doing okay? Is she doing better?
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah?
One thing I did forget
Ooh,
to
that
mention
didn't
is
sound
that lack of taste and lack of smell is the big deal with this.
Yeah.
So
And
so
she has
she's got that really stuffed up.
I hate
So
that.
that's what we're doing here.
I've had that before with bad colds, and it happens sometimes where you've never had that with a bad cold.
I mean, Pat,
Taste or
there's-
smell?
how many times in my life have I been able to taste or smell food? I mean, I stop eating altogether. And
Yeah, it doesn't mean you stop eating because I know you wouldn't.
I was about to say that wasn't believable at all, Jeffy.
No,
And then I just stopped
I
eating
don't think
altogether.
I have. I don't know that I actually have had
Yeah.
that.
it's unpleasant.
Yeah, I bet.
It's unpleasant.
Holy cow, yeah.
There's no reason to eat anything that tastes good when you
Right.
can't taste it. You
mean,
just eat broccoli like the whole time.
Brussels sprouts.
You
Might
eat
as well.
a lifetime worth, so you can take advantage of it while it lasts.
Right.
So
Okay.
anyway, Giuliani, other than the
Yeah.
other than the obvious, he sounded good. I think he
Right.
presented a pretty good case. Sidney Powell made a compelling case.
Yeah, she
and
did.
that Jenna Ellis, the Trump campaign senior legal advisor, she rocked the media and their BS, I thought. So they claim massive, provable election fraud, provable illegal ballots in many states, including Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada.
Nevada, yeah.
Rudy claimed yesterday that in Wayne County, 2 or 3 times the numbers of registered, 2 to 3 times the number of registered voters voted. How does that happen? Okay, more people voted than you have registered? That can't happen. They have affidavits that 100,000 ballots came in. All of them. Every one of them for Joe Biden. That's obvious fraud. They also claim that our votes are counted in Germany and Spain. Now, that's denied on every website
Yeah, it
I
is,
saw.
But that's where the servers were held, right? That's what they're claiming.
And they claim that servers were seized by the
confiscated.
U.S. military.
Yeah,
That's
in
also
Germany.
supposedly false. Who do you believe?
I don't know.
Who do you believe? Every other outlet or the Trump legal team? And people are going to say the Trump legal team. Well, okay, that's great, and I'm with you, and I'm certainly going down that path. But if they're exaggerating things, if they really don't have what they say they have, I'm going to be really pissed. I'm going to be, because
now,
what a letdown that's going to be.
If they have what they say, that is
It overturns the election.
Incredible.
It is.
It
It's
overturns the
unbelievable.
election, but I mean that really. If you thought people didn't believe in the election process now, holy cow!
And that doesn't even address the district in Detroit that doesn't even exist, that had tens upon thousands of votes. I can't think of what the total was. Stephen Crowder did a great thing with this yesterday.
Just a couple of ghost districts.
Right. A district that doesn't even exist. But this is one of those press conferences, you're absolutely right, where it was like the Nixon-Kennedy debate. If you heard it on the radio, it's a done deal. I mean, this is obvious voter fraud. You watch it on TV, then you get distracted by the visuals, like you mentioned. And that's exactly what the takeaway is by the mainstream media. And it didn't stop Georgia from certifying last night, I noticed.
Oh, they did certify. Well, it doesn't matter. If this goes to the Supreme Court and they do have what they say they have, the election has to be overturned. It has to be. I don't care if you uncertify it, because it's an illegal, fraudulent election if that's the case. I mean, they claim this Dominion thing was the voting machines were created in Venezuela to make sure that Hugo Chavez never lost an election, and he didn't.
No, he did not.
Now, how would it be possible that we're using that system here? How would it even be possible with the features that it has of flipping votes? I don't know.
I don't know.
And then I flipped over to CNN. They're not even covering the press conference. They didn't even broadcast it.
Of course.
So bad.
Of course.
I mean, we are in such a polarized place that it just makes it really tough. Meanwhile, USA Today cut their live stream of the Trump legal team, and then they removed all the video from all their platforms.
Wow.
And then they claimed, why did they do that? Well, because our job is to spread truth, not conspiracies. Okay. All righty.
Okay, in bed with the Facebook fact checkers.
Yep. Sidney Powell said she believes that Trump has 80 million votes. Without the fraud, he would have had 80 million votes.
Yeah, her belief is that because of
he won in a landslide, according to her.
Because of the way that the software was set up, right?
Mm-hmm.
That Trump had so many votes, that's why they had to shut it down, because the software
algorithm
got
broke.
Overloaded. Yeah.
The algorithm broke on switching votes, and so they had to shut it down to get it to catch up.
And by shut it down, you mean a pipe broke.
No,
I
mean,
there was water spitting out of a pipe, so
no. And by the way, that wasn't true. That turns out there was no water spitting out of any pipe.
No, but they shut it down
in Georgia or elsewhere.
What do you believe? What do you believe?
I don't know. I think I believe that the election was stolen.
I think so too.
I didn't want to believe that.
I think so too.
I've not wanted to believe it.
I know.
Because it's, to my knowledge, it's never been true. Well, that doesn't mean it isn't now.
I know.
I mean, look at how far we've come, how extreme things are now, how bizarre they are, how much these people lie. That's all they do is lie.
I know.
And the bigger the lie, the easier it is to get people to believe it. They just keep repeating it, no matter what it is. Just keep saying it. Well, it's been debunked. So what?
So what?
Just keep saying it.
So what?
And they do.
Yep.
It's really something. It's something to behold. Then we got absolute buffoons like Mitt Romney, who why can't you just shut up? Just shut up until this thing is over. Let it play out. Do you want there to be doubt in the minds of 72 million people? Because I guarantee you there is. There is massive doubt in the mind of every single Trump voter right now.
Every Trump voter.
Every single person who voted for Trump doubts this election.
100% doubts the election.
I think without exception now.
I have not talked to anyone who is a Trump supporter.
Yeah, so why do you jump in and start saying that, you shouldn't be doing this? He said, it's difficult to imagine a worse, more undemocratic action by a sitting American president.
What?
What are you talking about? There is doubt that this thing was legitimate. You've got to see the process through. Let's see it through. Let's see what happens.
I think it's safe to say that he is animated by the same thing we talked about yesterday with Andrew Cuomo. It's just whatever it is, if it's Trump related, he's on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't stand him, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Ben Sass isn't helping himself either. He said, when Trump campaign lawyers have stood before courts under oath, they have repeatedly refused to actually allege grand fraud because there are legal consequences for lying to judges. So
that's disappointing.
You're accusing Sidney Powell of just flat out lying?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's a pretty respected attorney. Pretty renowned, respected attorney with a really good reputation. She's not going to put that on the line for this. I wouldn't think. She's going to throw her entire career and everything she's built over the course of a lifetime. She's going to throw that down the drain for this? I don't know why you would do that.